Okay, so a few things. You know how recently literally every mage got buffed? Except Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz in the corner is just sitting there, you know, just waiting. Nothing's happening. Even the character that was doing well and he got buffed twice recently, Ziggs, his buff got pulled back from PB and then they reinstated the buff. Although this is going to be the buff that basically killed Ziggs a while ago. And I think this is how it should be. Q collision radius increased from 150 to 180. I think you can fiddle around with the numbers, but this makes the champion way more reliable and actually playable. And I can't wait for this to be in PB because I will spam this shit. I think it's going to be great. I think this is going to make Ziggs really, really, really good. Because it's going to be super reliable because of it. If you guys are wondering, okay, some of you guys might have issues with this buff. If you're wondering why this buff is happening, this guy got to the bottom of it. Apparently, Freak played Ziggs and got shit stomped. So that's how you get buffs, chat. You just have to donate to Freak to play your champ. And then he gets shit stumped and the champ gets buffed. He was like, man, I can't hit buff the radius. That is the only way. We gotta give Freak on Vel'Koz, I swear. I do not look at that. What the? I don't know what the fuck this is. Somebody took my thumbnail on one of the latest vids and just, I don't even know what the fuck. He did some unholy thing. Apparently there's this trend of assassin players just not assassinating and then crying about not assassinating. Oh, this is the one. This is the one. Okay, so any face checks, but she has a stun up. It's a support any. This guy has like not optimal damaging items, obviously. I think he's running Conquer or whatever. He fucks up his combo. I think that's a ranged Q, right? And then he gets stunned, mid combo interrupted and one shot. And yeah, onwards to the Twitter. But yeah, and he has like the shield, the Nidalee heals up, whatever. It's kind of close, but not really. And onwards to the Twitter. I just sparked a whole fucking discussion how he did one shot. I don't know. I feel like if you are able to build super consistent items and runes and tanky and all around, you should not be able to really one shot. I don't think it just makes sense because you're itemizing for extended bruiser fights. I mean, that's just good game design. That's how it should be. On the other hand, this is where mages kind of suck. And what assassins are doing with these like builds where they build a bit like more utility, tanky, whatever. That's basically what mages are forced to do every single game, unfortunately, because there are no specific glass cannon mage builds. They just don't exist. Like even when you are arguably like one of the most aggressive snowbally things you can build is like Shadow Flame. Why the fuck does Shadow Flame give you HP? Like what? Why does Shadow Flame give you HP? It makes no sense. It should be the most glass cannon fucking item in existence. The whole point of the item is to like decimate the enemies, and coincidentally every other mage item gives you that. But yeah, like let's say you want to go like a hyper one-shot mage. Okay, what do? You go Ludens, Shadow Flame, Rabidons. In that, you're buying so much mana. In that, you're buying so much HP. Like, you're buying so many of these stats that, like, you don't opt in for. There should be some sort of trade-off. If you want to go, like, burst build, like, you shouldn't have that much consistency in CDR and mana. Like, you shouldn't. Like, even Ludens, like, oh, you're going for burst, but it also gives you wave control because you proc your passive with minions. It's like, why? Why? It just makes no sense. Oh, you want to go, like, a long-range Horizon focus. It works on long range. Boosts your damage. Oh, it gives you HP. Why? Why? Why does it give HP? I think like that's just a failed attempt at promoting durability in the game. They didn't know how to do durability properly, so they just added a bunch of bullshit stats to every item, and it backfired royally because every mage builds the same fucking bullshit, and whatever you build, it's all the same anyway, because you're always building all stats at the same time. I really, really hope they address that with the item changes, because they did announce that they're going to remove mythics, and they did announce that they're going to create better itemizations for mages, which should mean that there's some item that like makes you take extra damage, but do extra damage on range, so you keep your fucking distance. If not that, at least make it like give you no HP, no mana, okay, just pure damage. Or you can have like spammy items which give you CDR and mana, but no HP. Or you can have a tanky variant for like tankier mages, bruiser mages, but that one shouldn't give you everything. That one shouldn't give you tons of AP. It should be reliable, consistent CDR, HP, maybe mana, but no AP. You really gotta pick and choose here. This is what we discussed. Well, we didn't discuss about it, but I wrote a tweet, and I think this is fairly simple. I think most people understand this, especially now the patch has been live for a few days. Like, people have already experienced this bullshit. Like, every Zac player got utterly nerfed. Because if you're a Zac and you split up, you just can't do anything. Like, you can't ping your TP. Like, your teammate's TP, you can't ping it. It just makes no sense. You can't ping the ally level, ultimate cooldown, item slots. It's just all of this is fucking bullshit. Like, you use all of this when you want to communicate. Bait ping, understandably so, can get removed, but even then, it's like they're just gonna pick something else, because League community is gonna just decide that some other thing is offensive and spam that. You're not really gonna combat anything. Like, you're just moving it away. I don't know. I don't agree with any of these changes. These changes are terrible. I think they should be reverted. Communication is as slim as it is right now, and now you can't do anything because, well, somebody got flustered because somebody pinged them like 3 times in a row. Wow, whatever am I going to do? I got pinged 3 times, alive. Like, you can't even ping somebody out of like praise right now when they make a good play. You can't even like ally ping them. This is the most controversial one, right? This is the change that everyone could criticize, and I like this change. I actually like this change. This is the change that brings us closest to the old League of Legends than we've ever been. A lot of people don't understand this. Basically, you have a bunch of base numbers which remain pretty much slightly better in late game, but all ratios got cucked. Like, if you had 30-40% AP ratio, now it's 5 or 10. So instead of getting 30 damage per 100 AP, you get 5 or 10. So your scaling damage is really bad with these. What that does is slows the game down, lowers the amount of snowball, it lowers the amount of burst available in the game in general, it lowers the amount of bonus damage available in general. People are really criticizing this because nobody likes losing damage. We all want to see the numbers go up because it gives us dopamine hits because we do big damage. But guess what, motherfucker? The enemy does the same. And this is just gonna, lowering across the board is very good. It's gonna slow the game down. Slowing the game down means more longer team fights, more positioning, chances, more macro, more rotations, more time for your true skill to shine instead of just, oh, enemy got fed on like whatever character now versus you. You know, the only thing missing from this is the yellow runes. They nerfed like the electrocute, domination, all of that. They nerfed first strike. The only thing missing is like lethal tempo and stuff like that. Green, nobody really cares. They're slow. Even if they allow some people to play like matchups easier, I think they're not really game breaking or game changing, and they also slow the game down anyway. So I think the yellow ones need to go. They need to get nerfed. Like, you need to get less sustain on fleet and control. You need to get like less everything on lethal tempo because it's so bullshit, you know, PTA. When they nerf those, it's gonna make the game a lot better. What the fuck was this takeaway, folks? What if Riot made it so you accepted Q, you get to see what rule you were accepting? This is just, what? Nah, but like, I don't understand this. This is just crazy. It's like in a case where you're autofill or shit, you know you're autofill going in a game. Like, that just defeats the whole purpose of autofill because people, guess what? They wouldn't join the fucking games they don't want to play. It's like, oh, I don't want to play top lane. Oh, I don't want to play jungle. Oh, I don't want to play support. That is the whole point of autofill, to like assign you like randomly. This is just, I don't understand this take. This take is random. And I would make an argument that you lose game knowledge across the board, as we did lose like the game knowledge in general. I mean, this was like really far back. Before, you would just join the fucking lobby and then type what you want to play. So when that got removed, people really got stupider. People got stupider because they don't understand how to play the roles. I don't know, like, you'll have a bit more enjoyment. Like, oh, I primarily want to play the role. I really want to be a mid lane. I don't want to go in a lobby and type mid to like next other 3 mid laners, right? Like, you kind of want to be a mid and you want to play mid. Fair enough. But also, you should be autofilled like every 3 to 5 games. I think you should be, just in order to update like your game knowledge and other roles and how they play. I think the fact that the whole community is crying about autofill is just not understanding what autofill is doing. The entire community is standing on the glass legs of autofill, and if autofill goes down, it's all gonna come down shattering, and every player is gonna be brain dead. The game's gonna get infinitely more toxic because of gaps of knowledge. There will be nothing bridging the gaps of knowledge. Your mid laner will have no clue what your jungler is doing or why he's doing it, or when he can go crab or when he should go crab, nor will the jungler know when your mid laner has prio, when he can invade, when it can happen. It's going to create infinite confusion. People are going to fight all the time. No idea what the fuck they're going to do. They're just going to flame and get toxic. So autofill is good. If you remove autofill, people become brain dead, because then they just play one role that they want, one champ that they want, and that's it. Autofill once every 5 games, assigning you somewhere random should be. And identifying when it is kills the point of autofill. I don't understand how even somebody can complain about these. Like, people just wanted things to change for years. They're saying the game is in the worst state it's ever been. They changed this, and then everyone's like, no! The jungle! What am I gonna do? Like, shut the fuck up. Jungle has to get nerfed. Absolutely. Like, people don't understand. If you nerf jungle by like 100%, if they're instead of level 8, they're level 4 or level 5 in a game at the same exact time. That means nothing to good junglers. It just means in relative scale towards other roles. It just lowers the impact towards other roles, but the enemy jungler is going to be in the same fucking boat you are. So if you're good, you're going to adapt and know what to do. People just don't want to give up their corrupted power of getting one kill early and then winning the game as a jungler. This is a good change. Slowing down jungler is incredible. Dragon changes I like in general, because they nerfed the dragons early game, because dragons seem kind of easy to take in solo queue. People just don't really do trade-offs in tempo for it. In Korea, in high-paced gameplay, they do. In a lot of solo queue games, people just get away with that. So nerfing early game dragons is good because it's compensated by buffing the souls, which means if you still have impeccable dragon control, you will get rewarded greatly at the end, but the passive advantages stacked over time aren't that great. So I love that. I love the change. Slowing the game down, honestly, making it more oriented. Like if you go 1-2 dragons, you really want to go 4, promoting macro, plates, gold going down, people not accelerating their builds as fast, less damage, less ratios and runes and stuff, less damage in general. I love it. I love it. Season 14, I think it has incredible potential. No copium, no hopium. I'm not inhaling. I really think season 14 is going to be something great. I think they're going back to the roots, and the fact that mythics are going to get removed finally means they're admitting mistake. And once they change that, they're also going to change mage items. They buffed a lot of mages, basically every mage except Vel'Koz. So I love it. There's a funny thing in the Vel'Koz discussion. In Korea, in Challenger, Vel'Koz has reached 9% win rate. Over the past month, there has been a total of 0 Vel'Koz mid games played in Korea Challenger, causing his win rate to reach 100% times 0 over 0. Drastic shift from his Korean Challenger win rate in August, which was 0% over 1 game. Damn, my bad. Only Vel'Koz player, Azzapp in the bootcamp left Korea. I love Azzapp, man. I do honestly believe it would be an amazing coach how to do these games. He's pretty chill, dude. Like, wow, dude. Okay, chat, my ego is good. Okay, you will not be able to stop me. I started watching this one game, Agharin got annoyed at a play he did, and Azzapp got mad, saying he doesn't give a fuck about Agharin. I remember that. That was in Korea. I carried that game. I have no idea how, but I ended up in my friend list. I think I must play together back when it's high-low. Bro's got the collector's item. Oh my god. I played with him back in season 3. Oh dear god, dear, I remember him. Streamed on Bosnian. Holy shit, that's season 6. He has recent videos of scrims where he's really pulling through as a shot caller among his team. Those who know. Nah, but honestly, it was my failure. I should have assumed control way earlier. I should have been more imposing. I should have been more tyrannical shot calling. Because pretty much every game that we tried where I played comfort picks and I'm very confident knowing what the win cons are, I direct the game and we win. Like 90% win rate. 2 Heimer games we won, 1 Zerad game we won, 3 out of 4 Vel'Koz games we won, okay? All of those games I was on my comfort picks and I was shot calling and we played with excess pressure in the bottom side. It was my failure, not being confident enough on others and not shot calling as hard. It's my fault on that one. I take full blame. There's a lot of people typing about Vel'Koz, man. This got 3,000 fucking upvotes. 2K in a fucking comment. That's kind of insane.